Hello, I am Rachel Solomon. I'm an author, speaker, and a financial teacher. And today is day 6 of my 100 by 100 challenge. Um, so, if you watched any of the other videos, then you know what the 100 by 100 means. It just means I'm working 100 hours a week for 100 days. So, for about 3.5 months or so, I'll be working 100 hours a week. It's about 1:30 in the morning and everybody is asleep. But this is the end of my day, so I wanted to give you guys all the goods on what I did. I started that book yesterday and I actually finished it today. It's amazing, if you put 20 hours into one project, how quickly you can actually get it done. So it's already been completed and sent to the editor for her to give me some content editing. I'm not having her look for punctuations or grammar or any of that stuff yet. I really want her to challenge me with some questions and, maybe get me to think outside of the box or outside of my comfort zone. So this first round is actually going to be some content editing, which just means pushing me further into the story, into the book. So I'm super excited about that. And this project is actually my first adult book where I'm not a co-author. So that brings me joy. What else did I do today? I'm switching over my email list building system. And so I've had one for years, but I haven't ever really actively created a list. But I think with me having this book come out on July 28th, one of the things I'm going to be focusing on for the next 60 days, I think that's when the book comes out, or 61 days, is creating a list. And then once it gets closer to the book coming out, maybe a week or so before, going ahead and starting to contact that list about the book. But until then, I'm just going to anybody that does opt in, I'm just going to add value. I'm just going to give them, links to videos, podcasts, blogs, anything that can help them in the financial realm. But that's like really, really good content. I thought about it, and you guys know I'm doing this 100 by 100 challenge. And I was like, well, what is the purpose of this? Yes, I'm motivating business. Yes, I'm trying to move up in revenue in my business. But I also want to serve my community. So I think it's time for me to get a clear understanding of who my community is. And this might help you as well. So don't get me wrong, I know who my target audience is, but I don't actually know all the people out there who are supporting me, because I get a lot of one-time purchases. I get a lot of in-person purchases, and I'm not getting return customers because my product isn't great. The product is great, and people tell me that all the time. It's just that once I've sold to someone, I haven't been reaching back out to them. And I was going to say I don't have the systems in place to reach out to them, but that's not true. I have the systems, I just haven't been using them. So I think one of the things that I am focusing in on now that I have, got over the tiredness and all that beginning frustrations of doing this, is I am finding the gaps in my business, and or I'm finding out where things are falling through the cracks, and I'm fixing those cracks, because I feel like after these 100 days, my business is going to just start skyrocketing, and I want to be able to be prepared for it. I want to have the systems in place. I also want to have the people in place, the right people. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm scouting people to see who I'm going to hire and work with in this next season. I also decided to start a kids podcast, because if you know anything about me, you know that I do two shows, Rachel Speaks and Billionaire Minds. And so with those shows, I mostly cater to adults and parents. But I want to be able to cater to just kids. I want kids to be able to listen to my show and actually learn some stuff about money without having to have their parents around. So with that being said, I decided that one of the best ways for me to do that is to start a podcast, because even though I do touch on these topics in my blogs, I don't really see as many kids reading blogs as I do, them listening to music or them watching videos. So my intentions is to take my podcast, do a audio version, and then turn the audio version into some kind of video version for, of course, YouTube. So that is one of my other plans. So these are not just plans and things I'm talking about. I'm actually already starting to process and implementing things and reaching out to my first guest. I think I want to record like maybe 60 shows before I even release them. So with that being said, I'm really going to be ambitiously recording. So I'll probably sit 2 or 3 days out of the week where I just interview 5 or 6 people, like simultaneously. Like I'll do one interview, then when I get done with that one, maybe I'll have a 10, 20 minutes break. Then I'll do my next interview. Like I want to be able to do it like that, because that way I can have a backlog. So if anything ever happens, if I get sick, if you guys don't know, I have something called sickle cell. You can Google it. It's very well known, or it kind of is well known. It's not like cancer, but you know what I mean. It's called sickle cell. And so sometimes I get sick and I'm down for like a week or a month or whatever. So I want to be able to produce the kind of content where, with that in mind, where people aren't waiting for me, looking for me, where there's not a lack. And I think having the right team in place is also going to help me with that. So those may be a couple things you might consider, getting a team in place and focusing on where your community is and how you can get in contact with them. Thank you all for watching. You can subscribe below. Join me in this journey. I'm trying to come up with a really catchy hashtag for this besides 100-day challenge. I was thinking about with Ray to let me know you're supporting me in this journey. I got like 97, 95, 94 more days. So I'm just at the beginning. We'll see how it goes. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.